Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Barely Necessities, that's Laughing Places live discussion of Disney merchandise. I'm Rebecca Mosley, the co-founder of Laughing Place, and along with me each and every week when we're here, I know it's amazing, we're here a few weeks in a row together,
Right?
um, is Rebecca Burbank, our site manager. Becca, you have a sweatshirt on.
I do. Yeah, it's one of Kyle's, so I stole it. It says exhausted, but it's
No,
yeah.
that's epic. I love
Yeah, and
that.
there's a sad little heart. But
Aw.
it's comfortable. And
Now, do you need a sweatshirt or are you just being cozy?
I'm being cozy. I'm
Okay,
being cozy, yeah.
hot here.
It's not I mean, today the weather's been okay. Mornings have been cold and then it's gotten a little better in the
Ah,
afternoon.
okay. Well, I'm going to say a few hellos before we get started. We've got Caleb and Alexander and Sonia. Thank you
Hello.
very much for stopping by. We've got a lot of fun ahead. We're going to be talking a little Steamboat Willie, some halfway to Halloween fun, a little bit of Star Wars as well, and a little talk about Happy Meals. So stay tuned for more information on all of those. But we're going to get started with The Little Mermaid because that movie is just around the corner and
I
merchandise
know.
is beginning to pop up.
Yeah, I think we're looking at what April or I'm sorry, May 26th is when the movie comes out, so we're just a month away. And yeah, we have stuff not only on Shop Disney but also in the parks. So we have two separate articles, but I thought we're going to look at the parks merchandise cuz those displays are so much better than looking at a web page.
Right? But a lot of this merchandise you'll find in our other roundup, that you can buy it from Shop Disney. But the same items are prettily displayed um,
Yes.
at the Disney parks. I love these ears, Becca.
Me too. Yeah, that bow is just gorgeous and the little bit of iridescence on there, it's very very pretty. I think it's interesting. Now, I don't recall what they did for Beauty and the Beast or like even Mulan. Usually, we haven't seen like the live action characters on the merchandise, right? So
Agreed.
this is the first time that we have a live action movie with almost an artistic presentation of the main character. But I'm excited to see Hallie as Ariel, and it's really neat that they're featuring her on so many different items.
And they're going with this iridescent, pearlized palette throughout the collection. You see part of your world. You've got the turquoise, and then kind of that lavender into that deeper purple. So a lot of those kind of aquatic colors. I mean, it makes sense. We now have an idea of what Ariel's sisters are
Mhm.
going to look like in the film. So representing the various oceans of the world. So you've got a lot of diversity there amongst the sisters. I really love the color schemes of these mermaids,
Me
man.
too. Me too. I know. I'm like, is Ariel actually the best of the dolls here?
Right?
I mean, yes,
Okay.
Ariel's the best. Of course she is. But I'm looking at all these other dolls. I'm like, ooh, I might want to wear some of those
Yeah,
outfits.
I'm interested to see them, within the film because the outfits they've got on, the color schemes for them,
Mhm.
as far as their uh, scales. I'm gonna go with scales for what what their mermaid uh, tails are made of. So yeah, and then you can see we've got Triton's Trident
I know. Who did that? Who
available.
decided that? They decided that a long time ago, and shame on them.
And what's interesting with some of these places that I've noticed is the logo will say Disney, the Little Mermaid, and there isn't a representation of whether we have the classic animated or this
Oh.
live action Ariel. And so I found that kind of an interesting packaging and marketing choice within some of the items here. So with this one, you have her telescope, her
Mhm.
and then her dingle hopper.
That's yes, that's like the only one I remember is Dinglehopper.
So, and the necklace that entraps her voice
Yes.
is featured among I call these kind of like playtime elements. And of course,
Mhm.
if you want to relive the adventures There's a collection. There's a couple of collections of dolls.
Yes, there's some that are in, like, multi-packs, so you can get all of Ariel and all of her sisters, or you can get, like, just Ariel herself, and there's a couple different versions. Like, that one, she transforms it from the dress to the fins or vice versa, and there's one that has, like, a sing and explore or something.
Ooh.
Some of these smaller sets too, so that looks a little bit more like, uh, rough play perhaps, or,
Uh-huh.
where you're not gonna be as gentle with the toys, but it's, interesting to see, like, we've heard so much about the movie, and we've seen some of these photos, so we know what Ariel was gonna look like, and we had a glimpse of Ursula, but now we really get to see what we're in for with the film, so I'm very excited.
And I found it interesting that here she has a fabric bodice, whereas
Mhm,
this other doll, the bodice is the molded plastic.
mhm.
So just, a variety of options regarding the Mattel Little Mermaid dolls.
Yes,
So be on the lookout for these. Yeah, even Ursula.
I know, which is fun. I
Ah,
I think that'll be cool.
hi Johnny. Thanks for stopping by. We're doing a little bit of window shopping here. Loungefly, the
Mhm.
Loungefly items are beginning to make their way as well. We have Scuttle and Sebastian here because Scuttle in this film is an aquatic bird, not a seagull. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
did you? I did.
I
I tell you something new?
you did. Not a I'm not, bothered by this at all, but I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, there we
So
go.
it'll give him a little bit more freedom to enjoy the adventures of the mermaid, right? Because if he can
Yeah.
kind of dive under the water, and then of course Sebastian much more crab-like here
Yes.
than the animated
Yes.
feature. They didn't go in a whimsical way. They went more in kind of a photorealistic style. The zipper pull features once again that dingle hopper.
Mhm. And it looks like there's a little bit of that iridescent, pearlescent finish on that trim as well. So,
In the interior, you'll find flounder,
mhm.
who's very fishy.
Yeah, and he looks like Flounder from the animated film, but also he's completely unique. So I think that's a smart move as well. Like, yeah, there's definite connections to the animated classic, but I think this movie's trying to establish itself as something standalone, which is pretty cool.
Wonders and curiosities.
Mhm.
Apparently, that is what we will be exploring with the story of the Little Mermaid live action. I'm eager for its arrival because there's been so much like hype,
Yes.
and I have not been one who enjoyed the other live action representations. I did not enjoy Lion King. I tuned out of Lion King partway through.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of the opening of Beauty and the Beast, and it just they just don't catch
Beauty
and keep my attention.
Did
So,
you
but
watch
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Cinderella? Did you watch Cinderella?
I did watch Cinderella, and it was okay. It was pretty. But once again, that they just don't capture my attention in the same way that the classics did. But on the flip side, I know others who this is when they think of Simba, they think of
That's
the live
Mhm.
action version. When they think of Belle, they think of the Emma Watson. It is Emma Watson, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hermione. I just know Hermione.
So I'm very interested to see how uh, Haley. No, it's Hallie.
Yes, I think it's Halle
Yeah, no,
Bailey.
it is. I keep wanting to rhyme her first name and her last name.
Okay,
It's
yes.
like a
Yes.
mental thing I can't release. But I'm eager because she has a stunning voice. She
Yes.
has a delightful giggle that
Yes.
I got to hear during the Disney Dreamers Academy, and so I'm incredibly interested to see how they incorporate part of her persona into Ariel versus Jodie Benson
Right.
and her
Yeah,
performance. So
I agree.
it's almost here. Um, oh, this isn't almost here. We're only halfway there.
I know. I know. But I
but,
figured we should at least talk about it, right?
but it's time to talk about Halloween. So let's shift gears, talk a
Yes.
little spooky. And yes, Caleb, you're right. It was Lily James. That dress was stunning.
Mhm.
Oh man, that dress was so pretty. But here we have some of the merchandise that will be available at Disney parks when Halloween season rolls around, and their parties start August 11th.
I know, that's so soon, right? So
Yep,
we're even closer than halfway if we're going with August, right?
it
Like
is kind of hard to know exactly what is halfway to Halloween. Mickey, I like
yes,
these colors, Becca.
I do too. I think I would like the spirit jersey's a lot for me, but some of the other accessories, I think it really, really works. And of course, plush. I mean, you gotta have some Mickey and Minnie plush, right?
The ball cap instead of a mouse ear headband. Nice to have a ball cap.
Yeah, with the actual 3D Mickey on there too,
Yeah,
so you still get that feeling of, ears, if you will.
but
But
this kind of uh, I don't know, almost metallic
mhm,
style with the deep jewel tones. I'm a fan of these colors that they're bringing for this year's Halloween lineup.
I agree, and I think they're calling this the Mickey Mouse Fab 5 collection. Now, in all honesty, I did not pore over this. I know on that white shirt there, we can see several of the characters.
Oh,
I
totally.
think on the Spirit jersey, though, it's just the Mickey heads, but
Mhm.
there might be some other, like, jack-o'-lantern styles with the other characters. I don't know for sure.
I didn't notice any other characters featured in the jack-o'-lantern specifically. It looked like just the Mickey shape within that, but then you have, like you say, the other friends hiding
Mhm.
around this maniacal pumpkin. And you've peering through his eyes, Mickey,
Yeah.
for your magic band.
Which is kind of fun. That's a different take. At first, it looks almost like the, "Oh, I know, I'm doing them. Ah,"
The heart
but
band.
it's not. Yes, you're right, he's peeking through his eyes or through
Very
his fingers.
uh-oh, right? Reminds you of Phantasmic. Uh-oh.
Mhm, mhm.
Ah, oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, it's loud, but that's what Halloween's supposed to be, right? That
But I love this color, and look at the way the Walt Disney World looks on
Mhm,
the back of that Spirit jersey too. These are some popping colors. Those are gonna be fun.
I think so. I
And
think
now
it'll
I'm envisioning it like when you're riding a dark ride with that black light hitting
Oh,
its shoe.
yeah, that'll be awesome.
And I think they use those throughout the park sometimes with the after hours party. So maybe you'll like pop here and there as you're around the park. So it could be fun for evening photos too. And a not so scary Halloween party spirit jersey.
No, there's not I didn't see much information about when these will be available. I'm assuming that the not so scary stuff is going to be party specific, but that could be something that winds up what at the outlet stores later on if they don't sell
Right.
through all of them.
Let me make this a little bigger so you can see these better. There you go. That's like, kind of expand it so you can, yeah, that's better. Zoom in on that. Oh, and then we've even got some Turvis
Right?
for the
So
Mickey
for the Halloween party.
Halloween party. Mickey looks so adorable with that smile and the teeth.
He does. He feels a little bit like 90s Mickey to me, and
Okay.
I'm all for that.
I like the castle.
Mhm.
I like that representation. Oh, and here we've got the dated mug.
Yep.
Minnie in her witch's hat and striped socks.
I mean, it's just yeah, it's quintessential Halloween.
Hmm.
But it's also something you wouldn't mind displaying in your home.
And for the fans of Hocus Pocus, they've got a show during Halloween, during Not So Scary, the villain's spectacular. And so they now have a celebratory spirit jersey and a collection of plush. Yeah,
Mhm.
that mug is nice, Rich. I totally agree. Totally agree. Good looking mug. And
Oh,
then
yes.
this isn't a parks item, but want to make sure that you guys are aware. Mattel pre-order on this stunning doll.
Mhm.
So beautiful.
I think she's like $150, but you
Mhm.
also know this is definitely designed for collectors. It's part of Disney 100 and then also featured because of Halfway to Halloween. But yeah, I like the bold colors that they've selected for her dress here.
She doesn't stand on her own. She's this flaming design is her stand. The wings have actually been sculpted in such a way that when you look at them, the detail, it looks like feathers, feathered
Mhm.
wings. stunning detail on this collectible doll. So be sure to check out the article we've got on Laughing Place. I'm sure Becca will have a link. Hi, Mickey's my spirit animal.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, that spirit jersey. Yeah, put it on the list of things that are coming your way, right? You'll pick it up when you head to a Halloween party later this year. Over at Adidas, we've got a collab.
Yes, this is coming for later this month, or 2 days, I guess, on the 27th. And it looks like it's going to be exclusive, at least initially, to the Addy Club members, part of their Members Week deals. But this is, a hiking collection. It's part of a multi-season partnership between Adidas Terex and National Geographic. I'm not a hiker, but my brother is. I haven't asked him what type of hiking gear he likes, but these shoes are supposed to be like comfortable, like provide the support of a hiking boot, but the ease and comfort of a tennis shoe.
Nice, cool. I'm a fan of a Hoka, who also do like kind of a sneaker slash hike, a terrain runner.
Sure.
And that's how these strike me, kind of that terrain runner look. I noticed that the pants have a nice zipper along the side there. I love hiking pants like this when I go to Walt Disney World, because I like to have something. I tend to wear a longer pant when I'm there, and something super lightweight. So that way, if I get stuck in a downpour, it'll dry quickly.
Yes.
But yet I've got a nice protection against the sun, so I don't end up with a burn while I'm out in the sun.
Yes, because especially with Florida, even for that 15-20 minute downpour, sometimes an hour, the weather can change so drastically.
And believe it or not, sometimes having a super lightweight jacket that can reflect that sun will actually make you more comfortable than just being in a tank. I know it seems counterintuitive, but it actually can help as far as your overall comfort. So check into the outdoor lifestyle collection that is coming from Adidas in partnership with National Geographic. It's got those colors you associate, right? That bright yellow, like the square on the cover of the magazine now. So nice little part. And as Rich points out, Nat Geo, a great addition to the Disney travel family. We took our picture in front of the Nat Geo rectangle there at Animal Kingdom.
Nice.
On our last visit. I know they've been partnering with Adventures by Disney to do more kind of eco educational tourism and that type of thing as well. So Laughing Place has in our articles, you'll see there's a nice little tag here, and when you click on this, you'll see a variety of articles that we've offered in regards to the Nat Geo relationship and the various things happening within the Nat Geo world under that Disney umbrella. So be sure to check that out to get informed and discover all the fun things happening from Nat Geo, because it's part of Disney now.
Yes, which is really cool.
Next up, we're highlighting Steamboat Willie, because that is one of the showcase things happening during the celebration. Ooh, Becca's got a show and tell.
I've got a hat that has nothing to do with Steamboat Willie, but it's Mickey 90, and this Steamboat Willie is part of Mickey 90. So a couple years old, but I've dressed for the part.
I like it. Show and tell.
And I do have the Steamboat Willie figure. This is from Beast Kingdom, and it sells for $29.99. It's available on their website right now. It's part of their diorama stage collectibles or the D stage. I really, really love this. They sent this to us for review, so I did not purchase this, but I do have a review up on the site right now. These are hand painted and hand assembled. You can see, let's see, where's Mickey's whistling there? And my favorite element right here is the notes that are just kind of like floating there off of her guitar.
Wow.
So there's a really nice weight to this. It's it feels very like sturdy and but also it's not extremely heavy. It feels like it can hold up to a little bit of roughness, if you will.
I was gonna say, this doesn't look like a porcelain or
No,
something where if I dropped on the floor, it'd shatter into a million pieces.
no, I think it's that plastic or that
Like
resin.
that resin.
Mhm. It did have a little bit of a plasticky smell when I first pulled it out of the box and out of the bag, but it leaving it out a little bit, that quickly dissipates. So you don't have to worry about that either. But I love the painting on here. It's very like meticulous. There's not any like bleed spots or drips. Like everything is just really, really nicely done. So yeah, this is so we have a new friend now with Beast Kingdom, and if you are interested in purchasing their diorama stage figurines, they're giving us a code. So for first time buyers at Beast Kingdom, you create an account and you can use our code LPDS10 or LPDS10, and you can save 10% on the in stock D stage figurines.
And
So,
they've got a lot of different, kind of moments in time, as it were, along with some characters. But these D stage, they've got, you can see Donald Duck's boat from Toontown, or
mhm.
Ariel from Wreck-It Ralph, those moments. So you can, as they say, the diorama stage. So take a little moment from that Disney magic and transform it into a little figurine for your desk. Oh, that one's out of stock right now. Ta-da!
Yeah, and they have some Disney 100 designs that are coming up as well. So I
Oh, okay.
believe we will have a few more to review in the coming months. But uh,
Oh,
but yeah, I'm really impressed with this first figurine for me. So yeah,
yeah, it's
definitely.
nice. It's nice to have something that you can put on display, and even if you
Mhm.
even if you have critters, like I know you have a delightful little doggy,
We do,
and if they
yes.
were to just knock it over, you wouldn't have to be too concerned about it. It's not gonna not gonna break off a hand or something.
Right, right. I mean, yeah, I would still be careful with it, but yes, I can. Yeah, I'm not too concerned that. Yeah,
No, big difference.
if it jostles on a shelf or something, yes.
Big difference between that porcelain
Right.
figurine versus the vinyl, yeah, or resin.
Exactly. Exactly.
All from our friends over at Entertainment
Oh, yeah.
Earth. We have another show and
We
tell.
do, yes, and we'll put on
Ooh,
Mickey 100 ears that I bought these, but
nice.
yes, this is the Mickey Mouse Club, Disney 100 backpack, and I had seen this online. I thought it was so cute, but, you know, I don't buy anything for myself, right? I got this, and I was so ecstatic when this arrived.
That's
I had no
adorable.
idea. So, I had no idea what was coming,
I
and
heard you and Kyle were debating its color.
yeah, like, okay, it's red on there, right? But I think these straps look orange to me. He says he'll give me the straps that they look orange in different lighting, but he's like, "It's red." I'm like, "This doesn't look red to me." I think it has like it's a reddish orange, but I
Yeah.
think it very much has an orange tint to it.
I can see where there's more orange in the straps than like Mickey shorts on the back,
Yes.
especially on the back there. But it still would read to me as red based upon the pictures that I see. Obviously, not seeing it in person. The interior is really cute. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try. I know lounge flies are hard to shove open, so I'm gonna pull up a
I
picture
know.
to make life
Yeah,
easier.
why don't you do there you go. Yeah.
Let's see. No, let's try this way.
There
Ta-da!
we go.
So you have little caricatures of Mouseketeers doing various things, whether it's driving a car, playing with a doll, or conducting scientific experiments.
Yes, that's what I put down because, yeah, they're doing science,
Yeah,
right?
so there you go.
And I
By the
like the
way, it was funny on my trip to Walt Disney World, Becca. I learned that loungefly medallion that's on the bag,
mhm.
it can at times be big enough to cause security to beep when you go through. Because one of the
Oh,
things that security will do when you're, going to the parks is they'll tell you things like, oh, it was set off by your glass case. And so if
okay.
you simply hold your glass case out as you walk through, it won't sound the alarm, right? You keep your bag closed and then you walk through and it's all fine. But I was saying, I
Oh,
told them, I said, yeah, I keep trying. You guys keep offering me all this these tips and advice, but I keep setting it off. So I give up. I'm fine. It's no big deal to me. I know I'm gonna beep. I know I'm gonna see you. It's all good. And the one guy said, yeah, he goes, actually, sometimes that lounge fly medallion will kick it just right, and it'll set off the beep there at the security as well. So I was like, okay. And then he also said that while he loves them, they're beautiful. He was talking about how many his girlfriend had. He said they're a pain to get open and try to do the examination.
I bet for the examination, but I will say I hadn't realized this until this is the second backpack that I have. I bought one that was an exclusive to FYE. So this is the actual with the padded straps. The other are just the regular straps. But there's like this angle, which I thought was smart because at least it will be hard to search. But if you are filling it yourself, I thought, what a great idea that there's just that little angle instead of right down the middle. So
yes, it does make it easier when you have your bag on the ground and opening it up and looking at it. It's not just going to flip out and expose all of your belongings. But
that's true too. Exactly.
It does make it just a wee bit harder for those poor guys at security. Oh, by the way, also at Entertainment Earth, Becca, are you highlighting these pop as well?
I have those. I was going to save those for another spotlight.
Awesome.
I don't even remember where I put them.
It's all good.
I moved them somewhere.
Okay. So we'll be sharing those eventually.
Yes, we will. Yes.
Nice.
Next week, I think I'll do them together. But I don't want to have too much show and tell.
For sure. No, they're adorable. They caught my eye in the article. I'm looking forward to hearing more about them next week. Yes. We're about to move into some fancy schmancy stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I'll leave these on because it's Disney 100. So
and they're sparkly, just like what we're about to look at.
Right. Yeah. So Zales. This is their collector's edition of their Disney Enchanted jewelry collection. So this is even more special, if you will. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. These are designed, these are a limited edition jewelry pieces in honor of Disney 100. And these are really pretty. I am not a big jewelry person, as you know, but I am impressed by the look of these, and I don't know that I would wear that, but I could see myself wearing several of these pieces.
I do really like this piece. I'm with you that I'm not. Since I don't wear any jewelry, it's like, but I like this. I was like, I feel like if I wore jewelry, this is what I would wear. But poor Rich, he's like, hide this from my wife. And then we even got this beautiful diamond script necklace. So you've got that Disney there in 1/6 carat total weight diamond. So beautiful items from Zales, their collector's edition in celebration of Disney 100. So be sure to check out the roundup that we've got going on. I'm going to move on to the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes. We're like, could not be further from Disney 100 and Zales jewelry.
And that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Happy Meal toys now available. Yay!
I know. I was debating whether or not I should run over to McDonald's and try to get one before the show, but we'll have to wait.
Today is Happy Meal Day in the Mosley home.
Okay.
So I know that a Happy Meal is making its way to me this evening. Doobie will stop by on the way home. So I am excited. I know I'm hoping ours has the Guardians items, and that we will be enjoying that later because I'm curious to see them in person. But how adorable are these?
I know, these are a lot of fun. I think I would probably want Groot and then Cosmo and then, I don't know, Mantis or Nebula. I mean, you want them all, right? But
Rocket is adorable and Cosmo is adorable. Those jumped out at me right away. And of course, Groot. I mean, he's cute. So the Guardians of the Galaxy is coming to theaters May 5th, I think.
I know. I'm very excited. We are so close.
Kyle's like, photos, please. Yes. If our McDonald's does in fact have these, I will provide photos to the team. So I'm super super excited to have these in my own little hands. They look like they connect to each other too.
It does look like that. This is not Disney, but years and years ago, they had Lord of the Rings, I think at Burger King, and you could get each of the figures, and it made this like giant circular thing, and I believe there was a ring to go in the center, and I wanted it so bad, but we only got like 2 or 3 of them. But like you would press on the back part of the base, and then the figure was like translucent, so it would light up.
Somewhere in Gideon's box of plastic things is the Wizard of Oz set.
Ooh.
So yeah, and they were all on a piece of yellow brick road. And so when you connected them, it was like a little yellow brick road. And so you'd have Dorothy and the Good Witch. And yeah, so I love them when they connect together like that.
This looks, and what a fun group to connect to, right?
Totally.
The Guardians.
I am torn on this film. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and so I'm extremely excited about it, but it's the end. It's the trilogy. I expect a lot of tears.
Me too.
Much like Endgame.
Yes.
And I don't know that I want to do that.
I know.
Right? So it's like, I am so frustrated. I just want to go to the movie and have a good time.
I agree.
Right?
Sometimes I think though, if you anticipate crying, because sometimes I think stuff's going to be super sad and then it's not as sad, maybe because I'm just like waiting for more emotion or something. So I've already like, I don't know.
No. Yeah. I will say that I went into Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
Is that the one where Carrie died just before?
Yes. She died before, right before Last Jedi, but Leia dies in Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, spoilers, everybody, if you haven't watched the movie.
Oh man, now I can't remember, but I know I went into one of them and it was ridiculously cathartic. I just sobbed, just tears and tears and tears.
I thought I was going to be sad in Last Jedi because I believe that was the one where she had recently passed, and it didn't choke me up, but I completely understand what you're saying. Yeah, it could be a cathartic experience.
Yeah, I had on this is my secret when I'm going to a movie that I know I'm going to cry. I wear a long sleeved, oversized long sleeved shirt, and then I just hold it up to my face like this and just kind of do that. So it just wicks it all. So, you get that wet all around your wrist because you've just been sitting there crying. Yep. My little tip for those of you who weep at movies. I cry at almost every movie I go to, so I'm a very soft touch. So yeah. So far, I haven't cried at this next Disney franchise. That would be Mandalorian. It hasn't made me cry yet.
True.
That I can think of.
I haven't. I mean, I say that's true as if that's a thing for all people, but I haven't cried at this either. So I didn't cry in Book of Boba Fett, but
I was worried they were going to make me cry this year. There were some moments where I'm like, wait, no, don't set me up for sadness. I'm no. But we've got some Mando Mania Week 9 reveals.
Yes. So this is the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, the part of the Black Series by Hasbro. I believe the pre-orders open tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern.
Lots of Mandalorian. Oh, this is hysterical to me, and I adore it.
Right?
Mandalorian and the N1 Starfighter with Grogu, tiny little Grogu back there, enormous.
Yes.
Mando helmet.
Yes. Yeah, and because it's a pop, right? So you got to have that pop look, but this is part of their their rides, the ride super deluxe. So
yeah.
Yeah,
this is an Amazon exclusive too, by the way. So yeah. But boing, I envision just sitting there with it off to the side, just periodically kind of tapping on it to watch it bounce around.
Oh, for sure.
If you want to bring home the smells of the Mandalorian, you can check out these candles from Homesick.
Yes, and they're long burning candles too. We have not these two, but we've purchased some other Star Wars candles from them, and they're still going strong.
So we've got the Rescue, which is based upon our introduction to these characters within the live action universe. and the Bounty, which, as we've discovered, was Grogu.
Grogu. Yeah. 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 Now this. Are you getting this? Will this be coming to your home?
Maybe. I kind of like that. I hadn't looked at it well. I like the minifigs with it too.
Right.
Actually, a new Bricks and minifigs opened up in our area down in San Ramon, California.
How fun!
And we were there for the opening weekend, and I actually Gideon picked up a small X-wing Lego kit, which reminded me, I have a mini kit sitting in my closet over there that I haven't put together yet. A Millennium Falcon. It's sitting in there for me to put together. So
that sounds like fun.
But I've been dropping hints to the crew that I want Lego flowers for Mother's Day. So hopefully some Legos.
Yeah, thank you, Abbott Elementary, for pointing out that Lego has flower sets. I had no idea. I mean, I'm on the site not often.
Oh, really?
But I'm on the site enough where you would think that would catch my eye. And no, it's in an episode of Abbott Elementary that I'm like, wait, they do this? This is amazing.
Yeah, I have the Bird of Paradise set on my dining room table that Gideon is infatuated with. My teenage son is infatuated with Bird of Paradise and Lego. So we bought him that set, and it sits on the dining room table. And then I like my stress release kind of thing is Lego kits. And so I have been gifted a few other floral Lego kits over the years as people have discovered that about me. So yeah.
That is so cool.
But this is a cool kit. Bo-Katan there, Mando, Droid. Yes, you're right. The Bird of Paradise is an elegant bird. It's also a beautiful flower. From Me Undies, right?
Yeah.
Grogu.
I know. I kind of like this. I even if you don't necessarily wear them as underwear, but use them instead for sleepwear or loungewear, I guess you could do anything at home, right? Yeah, this is fun. And
the cute thing with Me Undies is they offer like a his and hers option, so that you can kind of get a set where you match if you enjoy matching. So you can get some for you and your partner to have coordinated undergarments. So there you go.
Yeah, we haven't taken our relationship to that level where our undergarments match, but we're only 9.5 years in, so
yeah, I'm many more than that in, and it still hasn't happened here yet. So he just got me the other day to go on a cruise where we had matching T-shirts. So.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the matching clothes thing can be a big deal.
Yeah, it's important. It was important to him, so I gave in and did it. But no, we don't. This is not true. This is not actual. I mean, we match in that we wear them, but beyond that, no.
So you don't have a closet full of MeUndies?
No.
Okay.
No, this isn't a level we've taken the relationship. In celebration of Free Comic Day back in 2022. A mini bust was made available, and they've highlighted it as part of the Mando Mania because Moff Gideon, he is an important part of that Mandalorian story. He is desperately trying to get a hold of that baby Grogu. I'm sorry, the Grogu is adorable, and he wants to squish it or something. Like I think
I won't spoil or say anything about the season, but we did finally catch up because we were behind for a couple weeks because of travel. So we finally caught up and watched the rest of season 3. So I will say I very much enjoyed it.
My husband is not yet caught up. We watched the episode that had all the weird guest star cameos in it.
Okay.
That was last night and half of the one after. So we're making our way. If you would like a Magic Band Plus for an upcoming Disney World adventure and with the Mandalorian, they've got one. It's got the N1 Starfighter on the face logo there, and then the visual of the ship along with a visual of Mando and Grogu along the band. So these are available. It said pre-order because they aren't shipping until June. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting this for a trip, right? So And it's $54.99, which is not the most expensive of the
Correct.
Magic Bands, but it's not the least expensive.
Right. We discussed this,
The
what,
band.
last week? The Decades Magic
Mhm.
Bands are like $68 or something, 64, 68,
I want
something
to say
like
they're
that.
64. Yeah, I want to say they're
So,
$10 more. And then a lot of the other ones that are more park specific were in that 45, I want to say
mhm.
$45 range. So like I say, this is neither the most nor the least expensive option. Spot It. This is a really fun game. It's a bunch of cards. I don't know if you've ever played it, Becca.
I've not.
Okay, so see how these cards all have a bunch of symbols on them?
Mhm.
The goal is for you to find two of those symbols that match, and then you take that pair.
Okay.
And then you dish out a couple more cards, and so it's like a spot, find it, where's Waldo type,
Okay.
search and look. But there's always going to be two that match somehow, some way,
Okay.
amongst the set. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun, and they have numerous collections. This one's for Mando, so you have things like Ahsoka, Mando, I probably the Mythosaur skull.
I think that's what I'm seeing there, yeah.
I see a droid as well, Bo-Katan's helmet. So lots of fun. They have them for cities like San Francisco.
Oh,
It'll have
cool.
like the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, things that the city's known for, that kind of thing. So yeah, so Spot It. It's a nice, fun game, easy to take with you, and then entertain the family as you wait for your meal at a restaurant. That's why I know it. When our son was not a teenager as he is now,
You would,
entertained him while we waited for food.
because not every restaurant has the peg game like Cracker
Right?
Barrel.
Exactly. Yeah, we'd rotate between this. We had the LCR game, which you have roll a die and then you take one or put one in the pot kind of thing,
Okay.
really simple. I liked things that were just, this comes in a nice tin. And so you could just have it in your bag or in the trunk of the car. It didn't take up a lot of space, but gave you something to do in a restaurant. The other thing we had were story cubes.
Oh, yeah.
You would roll the dice and they have pictures on them, and then based upon the way the pictures would come up, you would have to create and tell a story from the story cube. So just a few little things you can keep in your bag to keep little ones entertained at the table. Becca, have you ever won that solitaire move the peg game?
Yes, but not consistently.
And Kyle says, I'm really good at pretending that I know how to play the peg game.
Yeah, you just take all the pegs out, right, Kyle? You don't actually skip all but one or something. Yeah, we even bought one once, and my siblings and I would take turns at home trying to best each other.
Nice. Um, Continuing in that world of Star Wars, there's a 90s collection over at Shop Disney.
Yeah, this is such a out of left field move for them, I think. But I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. I thought, well, in the 90s, we didn't really have a lot of Star Wars themed apparel, right? At least not that I don't remember as a kid seeing Star Wars shirts. So if the movies had come out in the 90s, then maybe we would have had stuff like this.
I'm trying to decide kind of visually what makes this the 90s. Is it this font? Is this font something that's
I
really, 90s?
I think that's what they're going with, and then maybe also the artistic style of the characters and
Uh-huh.
like the ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
I like
yeah,
this pew on the front
me too.
very
Yeah,
much.
that really like puffy, bubbly letters, if you will.
Yeah.
That feels like stuff
These
that.
actually hit the shelves of Disney parks when we were there. So I
Okay.
first saw these when I was exiting Star Tours at Disney Hollywood Studios, and I was kind
Did you
of,
acquire one?
no, but I did not go 90s. I went Star Wars meets oh, now it's gone out of my head. It's the thing that was on Saturday mornings that taught you about the Constitution in animation.
Oh,
Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what when I saw these, it was Star Wars meets Schoolhouse Rock.
Here, this is just a quick little aside. We got one of these Roosevelt stickers, and it's Roosevelt's meets Schoolhouse Rock. Not a collection, just a fun sticker, but yeah, I love this. So yeah, I can see where that has the same.
Yeah, see, it
same
reminds
feel
me
to
of,
it.
the interjections. Ouch,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. That's where I went. But I like its simplicity, and just so different. Like, you're so
It is
used to
different.
Star Wars being a very specific look when you see the word Star Wars on a piece of clothing. So
Yeah, this is almost like I wouldn't call it cutesy, because we've definitely seen like cutesy Star Wars, but this definitely doesn't have that like that edge to it, especially with
right?
Darth Vader. You're like, okay, cool. Here's a guy with a red glowing stick.
This one was not there. I think this
Okay.
one might have got me to pull out my wallet, because I love
I mean, I do
the
like it.
Star Wars. I love R2D2 on the front, and then the beep boop on the back.
Yeah.
That is adorable. Okay. Yeah. that one would have grabbed my eye and possibly my pocketbook. Okay. I have to think about it now.
Right.
Well, May the 4th is just around the corner, right?
It is.
So
Yes.
if you want to have that gear for May the 4th, you have to think about it ahead of time.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it won't get here in time for May the 4th.
A couple weeks ago, Shop Disney launched their dated collection, and I thought that was very smart, because in the past I feel like they've held on to stuff until the 4th. So now you actually can purchase it and have it in advance of the day, and I think that's very smart.
For sure. Hey, Becca, I finally have found a little bit of time to be able to put together a little sensational 7.
Wonderful. It's been a while. Yeah.
I'm going to hit the intro. Okay, so this is the part of the show where I have a little bit of fun constructing a list of 7 items loosely based around characteristics, traits of the 7 dwarfs. That's sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey, sneezy, bashful, and dog, but usually with some sort of overarching theme. And this week, Mother's Day is not far away. And so I was thinking, hey, I want to put it in your mind, be thinking about what you want to get mom. So I've crafted a list of things that, might be nice to for a mom. And starting off with inspired by Sleepy, I thought of story time. A lot of moms will read Winnie the Pooh to their little ones, and perhaps as a gift to mom in remembrance of those nights where she would sit and read to you. This jewelry box that looks like a Winnie the Pooh book, but it's actually a nice little storage box that she can keep items, maybe little drawings that you've done for her, or if you're at a point where there are other little ones in the world, maybe grandkids or whatnot, they put little trinkets in there that matter. So that was the first item. For Happy, okay, Crossbody. They just opened a store in Disney Springs, a little pop-up shop, and on their website, they put up this Disney 100 Mickey Mouse link. It can hold a corksicle. It's got the mouse ears. It's got this prisma sparkly thing. Who wouldn't be happy? Who wouldn't be happy carrying around their corksicle water bottle in a little stylish item like this? This is hysterical. It made me laugh, made me smile. So there you go. That's something for Happy. And it can hold the 20 ounce or the 32 ounce. So it's got a nice large sizing available on that. For Grumpy, okay, one of the ways that you can kind of shift that mode, get out of that grump, is a bath.
Yes.
And they've got this lovely bath set. It's one of those trays that can kind of extend, sit over the tub. They have a slot there for a nice wine glass. So if you want to just relax in the tub, you've got this nice little bath tray. It's got a washcloth as well. But I'll be honest, I'm not a glass in the tub kind of person, so I would suggest the corksicle stemless tumbler. That maybe stay within that Jasmine theme, but give mom something to relax in the tub where she's not worried she's going to break something. So I love my stainless steel tumbler to enjoy a glass of something in the tub without worrying about actually breaking anything. Let's see. Sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey. I like to go with sparkly stuff, like when his eyes were sparkling in the film. In this case, it's Leia Organa's belt, as represented in this necklace. you might remember this from that final sequence in
A New Hope.
Yes, thank you. A New Hope, that award ceremony when she's giving out the Yavin Heroes badge there. So really, this is a beautiful piece. I've seen it. My friend Anita purchased the ring that they have that matches it. Rock Love, tremendous artisan jewelry, really beautiful. Holds up really well. I have purchased several pieces from them over the years, and I am not a jewelry person, so I do not treat it the way it should be treated. And it's held up really well. So check them out for any kind of pop culture related sparklies. They've got Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, all sorts, even Pokemon, little Pokemon pendants. So Sneezy, for Sneezy, I went with something to keep your feet warm so you don't catch a draft, you don't catch a cold. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem socks. Okay, why? Because this show is just around the corner. Perhaps Mom's a Muppet fan. She's all excited about the coming Muppets Mayhem. I'm excited about this. Are you excited? Are you excited?
Yeah, I mean, not as much as other people in my family, but yes, I'm looking forward to checking this out.
Are you meaning Kyle?
Well, yeah, he's more of a Muppets fan than I am.
Is he really? Oh, I didn't know. Okay, cool. So now I know who to talk to because Doobie doesn't like the Muppets at all.
Oh, really?
And yeah. So I hadn't reached out to the team to be like, okay, so who am I going to talk to about Muppets Mayhem when it comes out? Because it's not going to be Doobie because he's going to look at me like I'm crazy. So yeah. So there you go.
I think he owes you one, right?
So he just doesn't. He's not a Muppets guy. So Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, you can get them in socks. Keep your feet warm. Keep the cold at bay. And for bashful, perhaps just chill with some nice, beautiful books. Sit at home, do some reading. This collection, Disney Animated Classics, it's the stories that we know. Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, 4 titles. And these books inside, they're illustrated with concept art from the creators of these classics. So you have for example, with the Cinderella title, you have images from Mark Davis, from Mary Blair, from Milk Hall, accentuating the storyline of the Disney classics. So, just a unique way of having those Disney stories available to you. And finally, Happy, we've got I'm sorry, Doc, dude, I did it again. Doc, one who started all kind of that foundational of the team in there with the 7 dwarfs. And so I went with a journal, somewhere to write down your thoughts, your ideas. And this one is celebrating the Disney 100. It's got the little character tabs at the top for the different sections. Totally adorable representations of those Disney characters. This is over at Box Lunch. So there you go, a tab journal. So she can keep all her ideas organized in this adorable, inspirational little, come on.
No, I think that's great. That's really great. And I love this entire list. I also like that you started with Winnie the Pooh. My mom does not need a jewelry box, so I will not be getting that for her. But she's a big fan of Winnie the Pooh, especially classic Winnie the Pooh. So over the years, she has acquired a little collection. So every time I see that, it's like, yeah, that's great for mom.
I love it. Kyle mentioning that I do have experience rocking out to a puppet-based band. Yeah, it is the truth. I do. I should have put that out there on Twitter. If you need someone with experience rocking out to puppet-based bands, I have it. I have done it. It is a thing. The D23 Expo with the characters there got me even more excited about the Muppets Mayhem. And then I've been following the creative team on Twitter now, and their humor has got me laughing my head off on Twitter. So therefore, even more excited. So like I say, counting down to its arrival. Cannot wait. I'm so excited. Seen the music video. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
that brings us to the shopping list. That would be the things that are on Laughing Place you can learn more about that we didn't get to highlight here.
That's right. It's another Pentastic Tuesday. We have some more Disney villains, including Ursula from the live action movie and the Lizzie McGuire D23 exclusive that we had previously written about. So I believe those are still available. You want to check that out. There's a new Dooney and Burke collection themed to the 1930s short A Picnic, and Mickey and Minnie are having a grand old time, enjoying a feast and dealing with some unwanted guests. Over at fun.com, they have Mickey and Minnie blazers, so black or red blazer that looks very business, very professional, but on the inside, you've got a fun lining. So you can roll the sleeves up and show a bit of that lining, or, keep it loose.
Nice.
It's really, really cute. Munchlings sketchbook ornaments. I've seen some sketchbook ornaments pop up on Shop Disney. I haven't done a full article on anything yet, but we do have one about the Munchlings. And these are really cute. It's the same design of the large plush and the micro plush, but in ornament format. We talked halfway to Halloween already, but then there's also some books and games that we have in a roundup, as well as cosplay, costumes, even some bathing suits, because, you can celebrate Halloween all year round, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's an Avengers 60th anniversary Marvel Legends figure called Super Adaptoid. I don't know much about this character other than they are supposed to be able to mimic and absorb like the powers of other superpowered beings. So kind of scary. Definitely a character, though, from the comics, not something we've seen in the movies. Speaking of Marvel, we've also got some new Marvel busts from Diamond Collectibles, I believe that's what they're called. Kingpin, Captain America, and Sue Storm. And then also they have some new Star Wars busts as well of Mandalorian, Luke Skywalker as a stormtrooper, Jango Fett. And then finally, we have some new Star Wars figures coming tomorrow, as well as the Force Effects Elite Yoda lightsaber. So it's a little bit smaller blade, but it still has all the same cool electronic effects as the others in the collection.
Very nice. Okay, so lots to look at here on Laughing Place. That's in addition to all of the news and reviews and recaps that we have. If you want to stay on top of all the things happening within the world of Disney, whether it's the Fantasmic Dragons Fire over the weekend, whether it's this new merchandise, the latest episode of something on Hulu, you never know what is happening on Hulu. You can find out here. We also will announce upcoming Disney Plus arrivals. So lots going on at Laughing Place. Later today, right here, we are going to have Disney Trivia Live. It's at 7:30. It's hosted by my husband and our son. And it is a trivia contest where you get to compete head to head with fellow Disney fans. A lot of fun, a lot of humor, lively chat. So even if you aren't necessarily interested in jumping in on the trivia fun, come check out the chat, man. Chat with some fellow Disney fans during that time. It starts at 7:30 Pacific. And thanks for joining us here as we were talking about Disney merchandise. We'll be here next week. We're here every Tuesday at 4:30 Pacific. And if you enjoyed this, please give us a like. It helps other people find us. And don't be afraid to comment below at some point. I know right now we've got the live chat, but if you comment below, let us know if you picked up any of these items or if you're planning to add any of them to your shopping list. So we'd love to hear from you. So thanks again, and we will see you all soon.
Thanks.